All right, you look at these. Look how long they are, right? So you gotta be pretty good at putting them in level, so they won't go up through or down the bottom, especially the bottom because the bottom rolls on the roller. So you got to be a little bit diligent on making sure that these are on the mark and that they're level. All right, that's one side secure. All right, one thing I did do was I have this cordless sander, and these two butts right here come together. They were kind of furry, so I wasn't able to. So I hit them with the sander real quick, and that allowed me to bring them in an extra millimeter or so, just to get a little better. I think next, probably the easiest thing is going to be to just flip this around, and I'll put the other side on just this way. All right, I flipped my board around. I got my spacers, right here. I mean, real close to the edge. Uh, I'm looking. It looks like they're all touching, but I might put some weight on them anyway. Um, but this is my half-inch checker, and it seems like it's pretty good all the way down. So I'll set that piece, and then this piece goes here. I'm looking at the gap. There's a little bit of one. All right, so I went ahead and I popped in a couple more screws, especially where these two boards came together. I put two right there. Um, put one on, same thing on the other side. One at the very end. I have enough screws left over, so I don't think it hurts to have more. We'll figure it out. All right, so I think I have a solution to my problem. I found some scrap. All right, so these are the pieces that go here. So I'm going to cut these down to the right size. All right, so if we would have cut this piece correctly at 4.5 inches, which is what this is, then we would need to cut it back to just less than 9 inches. Yeah, just a hair less than 9 inches. And that's to keep this gap here, and that's for later. But so I'm going to go ahead. I got them both marked. I'm going to cut these. All right, the next step is to put these on. They go here in the back like that. So just screw here, here, and then here, here. That should be enough. See what the other side is inside. Alright, then sitting on the side. So that'll go in there like that. Love it. So that when you go to put the board in, you know, it'll just slide down that angle and lock in. Alright, so I'm going to do 5 more just like that. Alright, I got 2 of these done. And I'm going to make this backstop 1 1/4 inch. And then that makes sense, right? Because the plywood's 3/4, so 2 would be 1.5 inches. So that's perfect that it's well into that. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna give this guy a little slop. I don't want it to be super tight. I want it to be easy to get in. And I put it in this way so that when you're putting the board in, you know, all you got to do is get it to land here and then it'll slide down and into position. So I'm just going to give it like a blade width slot. I think I only need 1/6. This is the back of the drawer, so as you're reaching, doing that to make it a little easier, all you gotta do is land it on one side, and get it in there, and then throw it up and I'll drop it. And then this is the mid gate. And the mid gate goes forward towards the back, towards the front here. And basically what you want to use it for is when you're doing piece of luggage, groceries, something that you don't use the whole tray for. You just need to have it in the back and keep it in the back. That's what this is for. So I went ahead and I did a angled piece so that when you put it here, and then just a straight piece, and you put that in the back here. That way, when you go to put it in, you know, because you don't need it, sometimes you don't want it, that you can just land it on that angle and then just drop it in. You don't have to search for the spot to get it in. So yeah. So I'm gonna find the happy spot where I want these, and then I'm just gonna screw them in. Make sure it's straight. So I set those at 21 inches from the end. I had these that way, and it worked out pretty good, so I'm just going to keep it the same. And then I have to go, and I'm using the smaller, the 1 1/4 screws. I got this set where I want it. Alright, I'll probably have to take a, you know, this is 4 feet wide and this is 4 feet wide, so it's kind of getting jammed up against the end. I'll probably take a blade width off or so.